Hey, look where I am. You probably don't know where I am. I'm up on Cufin, which is come to spend some time with the mountain spirits tonight. So I'm gonna come up to Cufin. I'm hiking in about an hour or so from the park buildings and set up tent out there, and it's fairly, I guess you'd call it primitive camping. There's no facilities, no water, so I'm carrying a bunch of water with me. I don't know, must have close to 7 liters with me, which should be more than enough, but you never know. Yeah, I'm almost at the, it kind of climbs up for a ways and then it flattens out and rolls and even starts to go down a bit. So sometimes, actually I'll keep talking till I come to a spot. Sometimes I hike all the way up here and then hike in, but today I decided I came up a little later, etc, etc. So I took my motorbike up, parked it at the buildings, and hiking in, camp out. It's great. One thing that's amazing up here is the smell for me, right? Because I'm from Canada and spent a lot of time both in northern Ontario and also western Alberta in the mountains. And the smell of evergreens, of conifers, is really special to me. And you can see there's some sort of pine tree all over the place here. So it's really nice to smell that smell. It's a little dark. Let's see if we can brighten that up. There we go. It's more like how it really is. Could be up in Canada. Hey? Doesn't look super tropical up here. Beautiful though, very open. Very open. Okay, see this trail here? There's a sign there. I think it just says, I don't know, I think it might say May Takai National Park. May. I can't really read it from here. Not that I can read that well. Yeah, so there's a trail right there. Quite often, if I come up without my motorbike, then I'll cut through along this trail and then hike right down to Mekampong, the village where I live. Can get right down into it. Can either go straight to my place, sort of straight, not really, but, or into the main part of the village, which is just up the mountain from me. And yeah, I love doing that, eh? And it's good for me to go down that trail. Usually, I haven't been up so much this year, but usually I try to go, you know, a number of times a year. Anyway, this is my first time camping this year completely. Like the last time I was up here was a year ago, which usually I get up here in December and stuff, but I don't know, I guess other things are going on and stuff, but anyway, yeah, this is where I am. So I'm gonna sign off and I'll check in a bit later, okay? Ciao. Okay, camp is set up. Got my food hung right there. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Oh yeah, my stick. I can't not hang my food, right? Should you hang your food up here? I bet you a lot of people camp here and don't do that, but there's no way I can do that and sleep at night, you know? Habits from Canada. Probably a good idea here too. Because there are cats up here. There's some, what do they call it, a leopard cat? It's not really a leopard, it's, I don't know, smaller I think. There's tigers, but those are pretty rare I guess. And there's bears too, but never seen them. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to show you my tent, and after that I'll show you where the beautiful little lookout is. There's food. Normally you'd hang your food a little bit further, but I think we're fine. And there's my tent. I brought my sort of larger tent with me. I have this little one-person tent, and well, it's nice when you have a big load. And my ability to carry heavy loads is diminishing. Anyway, this is a pretty lightweight tent though. But I just wanted more space, and also I've left the fly off most of it so I can look at the stars tonight. So anyway, this is where I usually set up my tent, here under these pine trees, and yeah. Gorgeous, eh? This is like a second home to me, you know, in a lot of ways. Yeah, I wouldn't mind living here actually, but and it all living up here. But you know, it's fine to come and camp too. Maybe better in a way. Stays quiet, stays pristine, stays special, right? It's not every day. Anyway, I'm gonna check off now and sign off for a second, and I'll go down to the lookout rock and come back in. Oh yeah, might as well video the walk into where the rock is. You can see the rock right down there. Okay. And there's the rock. It's a famous rock. I mean, I'll tag Og and Maureen, because it was with Og and Maureen that I discovered. Well, I didn't discover it. It was, I guess I discovered it for ourselves, but it was already here and all that. But yeah, this is where we first found this together. So yeah, we went up camping up here. Jeez, it's the second year, I guess. I was here. I couldn't the first year. I guess I broke my heel in January falling through the roof, and then the following December we went up, and I was still sore and hard walking, but it was fine walking up here, you know. And that was the beginning of that, and we've camped up here. They're often living in the States now in Rochester, but can't come here and not think of them. So hey, Maureen and Ong, and Silas too. Next time, if we can ever travel ever again. Do I care? I guess so, but anyway, the plan is that we're all going to come up here, and Silas will join us, who's their young son. I don't know how old he is now, 18 months maybe? I don't know. Actually, around there. Between 1 and 5 years. Definitely not 5 years, so anyway, let's switch it back to the view. Yeah. Well, it's pretty smoky out there, eh? Probably make a beautiful sunset. Have to take photos of the sunset. Also, as you can probably tell, it's quite bright here. It's also great to get some sun, some vitamin D going, you know. It's always a good thing. And because where I live, beautiful where I live, you know. But it's really in the forest. It's surrounded by trees and stuff, so I don't get an awful lot of direct sun coming in. So it's great here. I can just like, oh. And what's weird is, okay, I live in the tropics, right? Northern hemisphere, but tropical. And northern Thailand. I never wear sunscreen. And it's not just because where I live is in, like I'm not wearing sunscreen now. And I don't know, for some reason, I just never get burnt. I never have the need for it. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I don't wear sunscreen ever anyway. I haven't worn it in probably 30 years. My friend Graham said, oh, I'm not putting that on me. God, no, just a thin little chemical that keeps the sun from hurting you? What could be in that shit? But if, you know, wearing a hat, wearing clothes, I got stuff to cover myself up if I need to. Anyway, I'm going to sign off and ponder the universe for a while, and I'll come in a bit later. Bye. Oh, I thought I'd add, it's still sort of early afternoon, I thought I would add about my camping just to tell you what's up. I didn't bring food for dinner. I'm gonna do a little fast tonight. And this is sort of, I don't know how to put words into it, why coming up here for this kind of thing. And I'm sure many of you can imagine why I'm here. And so anyway, I'm not going to have dinner. I'll have a nice breakfast in the morning and coffee and stuff, but I guess it's like an intermittent fast, I suppose. But usually Mondays I do that because I come back from Kendo late, and it's a good chance to not to sort of go through a long period without eating, you know. So it's good for health, and also usually on Mondays I go for khao soi for lunch, and lately with my brother, which has been awesome. He's here, and so then if I spend the money on lunch, then I don't have to spend money for food at dinner. I'm always thinking in those terms as well, as the deep spiritual aspects have financial advantages too. Anyway, I could probably afford both, but anyway, just whatever. Anyway, yeah. So that, not just that, but quite often when I come up here on my own, I don't have a fire either. Kind of for the same reason, you know, same reason of me wanting to get here and get enveloped in the mountain and all that. And you know, I love fires, and when I'm here with Ong and Maureen, we make a fire, and it's wonderful. Have some wine, you know, have great talk, and it's great. But on my own, I usually don't have a fire. Because, you know, a fire is wonderful, but it's also separating, right? So without it, you just feel more enveloped in the forest and stuff. And it can be a little scary, I suppose, if you're so inclined. But I've been doing it since I was a teenager, right? And I'm 63 now. So kind of used to that. So I like that. It's going for the deep dive, I guess. Anyway, I'll check in later this afternoon. Bye. Oh, hey, how's it going? Well, it's been an interesting afternoon. I was actually really tired and even had a nap. Sort of a nap. So it's not really my normal mode of doing things, but I must be tired. Anyway, oh, look at the shadow of the camera. How would we do this? What was I thinking of? So it's around 6 o'clock or so, and the sun's heading down over the hills, and as you can just see from that video I just did a few seconds there, it's really smoky down there, but up here on the mountain it's pretty clear, fairly clear I'd say. Kind of like where I live too, it tends to be quite clear, and yeah, look at the blue behind me, it's beautiful, eh? Jeez. So I was thinking about, I guess I was thinking about a time, geez, you know, it could be like 4 years ago. It was around when my mum first moved to Chiang Mai, actually, from Bangkok, and we were in the mall, and I meet my mum every week, and we go to the mall and have our lunch, and then do stuff, and then I usually go off to Kendo, and anyway. But I remember at one point, like I was just having a, I felt crushed, you know, and so your heart's broken, and I went, yeah, it is. Has, you know, there's something shifted in terms of. I don't even want to use the term environment. It's a unuseful word at the moment, I think. And anyway, the situation of the state of the natural world, I guess. And I felt like we'd crossed the line, and at that moment, that's when it sort of hit me, right? So it felt like my heart had been broken. But it was an interesting time because that stayed with me for quite a long time. I mean, not that long, like a few months. That state of like, a little devastated. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I have a pretty great life, and living here is so great, and people can be so amazing. And so, even when I'm having a hard time, I'm actually usually having a good time too, right? Because I live in northern Thailand. Anyway, but there was this thing, and what's happened over the years for me is that it's eased, you know, the sense of things have eased up for me, and which is interesting, you know, because my sense of where things are going and the potential for really, really rough times is still there, if not more so. But there's something that's shifted in terms of my taking every day as it comes, even more so, you know. And of course, when I was on my long ride, my horse ride, that was very much a part of that. So in a lot of ways, I feel like my horse ride has prepared me for a lot of this stuff, you know. And just take it as it comes, right? But nonetheless, I'm still quite aware and think about other issues, um, and also I feel what's the word? Compassion, I guess, or empathy. Compassion for other people and choices people make, and you know, we're complex animals, right? And so I feel really like, I don't know, more accepting or something than I was. Not that was too hard, but I'm a bit of a hard ass too now. Like there's certain things that I just can't be bothered with. Like I just think it's too much, right? Like all the identity politics crap. Like it's just, it, that's for some reason I feel very oh, everything's just fine except for that, and I guess that's my thing, right? So what's the latest one I heard was something like, oh, women don't breastfeed anymore, they chest feed. It's like, come on, you guys. Like, come on, let's get real here. And so I think part of the thing that irritates me, why that irritates me so much, is because I feel like there's a certain existential grasping to deny biology, to think, oh, everything's okay, you know, we can go to Mars with Elon or whatever, right? Good for him, he's gonna go up to Mars. But it feels to me like there's a grasping to deny that biological realities, we can make them not exist or something. Anyway, that's sort of what's spinning around that for me. So I think that's why I get irritated by it, and all the whatever else, all the pronoun stuff and the what do you call it, virtue signaling. Oh, so my main point is that over the last, what was that, 2016 maybe 2017. Anyway, that I feel like I don't feel the same kind of anxiety about the destruction of the planet. And I can't even say that anymore, right? Because everything is too difficult to quantify, I suppose. And, I'm pretty sure that with things like habitat loss and diminishment of ecosystems and all that, it's just a road to trouble, right? But time is the other thing. It's a complex world. The nature is a complex being. Can we say that? I can. And so we don't really know how it's going to manifest itself exactly, right? So, so for me, the timing is. I mean, part of it, and I've said this a number of times before. It's like, here's the thing: like for the Earth, it's all going to happen tomorrow, right? But as far as the Earth concerned, tomorrow could be tomorrow for us, or in 100 or 200 years. That would still be tomorrow from a Earth systems timeline, I figure. So, that's why I'm not, anyway. Now I'm just blabbing and don't know what to say. But anyway, so here I am. I'm going to flip this so we can get a gradual view of the sun setting and the change in the mountains. And you probably see it on my face. It's getting darker and it's getting colder really fast. So I have a shirt here. I'm going to throw that on in a sec and back with you in a minute. Yeah, so here's the rock. I'm on the rock. And here is... There we go. It's interesting because there's these hills here, right? But pretty soon there's actually mountains like Chiang Mai, where this is sort of west right here. So Chiang Mai is kind of straight over there, I'd say, and there's mountains over there, like. So pretty soon, it looks like it should dip behind these mountains, but actually there's mountains in the back that are a little bit higher than this here. So all of a sudden the sun will just go poof back. Okay, so there. Oh, the sun's so small. I'm just using my phone to film this. But you can see, hopefully see. Maybe I'll try to expand it in the iMovie, but it's like half the sun now. So that's where the mountains on the other side of Chiang Mai lie. We should lighten it up a bit. Do that. There we go. Yeah. So it's just on its way down, and poof, it'll be gone. So you can see it's quite a bit different than what appears to be the horizon at this moment. Of course, you can't really see the horizon because it's so bloody smoky down there. But there we go. Oh, it's almost gone. Almost gone. Goes down fast when it hits that edge, eh? And soon it'll just be like in minutes. Boom, it goes. You see it still? Can you even see it? I see it still. I don't know if you can though. And there's just a little crescent left. There it goes. It's gone. So in the space of, this is like a minute and 20 seconds, it was like halfway down and then just went that fast. Okay, so sunset on the Kufin. This ridge is called Kufin. I think it means opium ridge. Probably at some point they grew opium poppies up here. It's fairly common in the years gone by. Although now it's not legal, so... Anyway, yeah, so that's the night for me. I'm gonna just putter around and wait for the stars to come out, and hopefully... I don't know I can't even remember what the moon's at now. But maybe I'll see some stars tonight. Okay, Talk to you later. Have a good night. Oh yeah, it's a waxing crescent. I just checked out this thing. Waxing crescent, and it doesn't even rise until 6:30 in the morning or something. So it's going to be a pitch black night. So that we'll see stars. I haven't seen stars like that in ages. I think the last time I was camped up here was like a freaking full moon, and I could just read by that moon. Okay, now I'm really signing off for now. Bye. Just can't say goodbye. Also, what's happening now? The sunset and the bird sound is almost gone. I just heard the last creaky cheepy thing. I hear a little bit down there, but for a while there, for the last couple of hours, there's been lots of bird action up here and sounds like crazy and beautiful rhythms and stuff, but now it's quiet. Oh, still haven't said goodbye for the night. I just want to show you one thing. So what I've done is, you can see all my cooking stuff. I've got some pots. I brought a little stove up with me today, a little butane thing, because I didn't want to do fires, right? So I got this here. Tomorrow morning I'm going to just cook up my breakfast right there, get the coffee going. I'm going to make this pancake that I make, and then I can look out. I can look out on the mountain while I eat breakfast. Now I'm really signing off. Ciao.